Hello all and welcome to Connect Forth. You're listening to the Film Corner with Erin Lumsden, and today we'll be discussing short independent films and why they are so important within the film community. I personally love short films, and they really should be considered as the stepping stones of the film industry. Who knows what kinds of films we'd have today if our favourite directors and actors never had the chance to be who they are now because of the short films that most likely started off their careers. But even though short films are often the thing that jumpstarts someone's film career, they're kind of underappreciated. They're constantly being overlooked, especially when we have access to blockbuster films that we could once only see at the cinema, but now can view from a device that fits in our pocket. But I believe that a short film can bring anything a feature film can. They're just not given the same opportunities or chances as their longer counterparts. So now that you've heard my opinion, let's hear from college lecturer Emma Macnair and see what she thinks about this genre, and what her views are from a film educator's point of view. Hello Emma. So first off, what would you say is your professional opinion on short independent films, from a creative industries college lecturer and as a filmmaker's point of view?
So I think from both, obviously having that sort of dual status as both, I think short film in the industry is, extremely important. I think it's a great outlet for people to sort of show their creativity and sort of express themselves in different ways. I think it's also amazing now that, everybody has a camera in their back pocket as well, so anybody can be a filmmaker now. And I'm really an advocate of sort of low budget to no budget type sort of movies, like sort of little short films. I think that's really important. I think it's also beneficial in terms of being an educator as well, that, yes, it is about quality and all the rest of it, but I think the actual basics of filmmaking techniques can sort of be born from people just playing about with their cameras and things, especially because you do have access in your back pocket. I'm from an age where, when I was back learning films when I was at high school, it was very much the sort of linear editing with the VHS tapes, and you're sort of turning the dials side to side and sort of editing that way. So I come back to then when you didn't have a camera in your back pocket. That only started just coming out after that. So I think it's great how accessible it is now, and people are able to express themselves, and people are able to get their content out there really easily as well. I do feel though sometimes the filmmaking industry, there is still a bit of an elitism. It is a bit of who you know and all the rest of it to get your stuff out there. But like I say, there is accessibility for everybody to make what they want. It's just how you obviously get your name out there.
It's great that you think so positively about them then, but do you believe yourself that short independent films are well represented in the film industry? Do you believe they get enough credit where credit is due?
I think that, over the years, I think the landscape is shifting and changing for this. We are getting films now where they are shot low budget and, they're shot on mobile phones and things, and there's no sort of snobbery as such around that. I think, years back it was that everything was to be professionally made with the big budget cameras and all the rest of it. But it's sort of leading back to what I was saying before about the accessibility thing. People do have accessibility to a lot more equipment and things now. And I think, there is a lot of short films and things that are getting made on camera phones these days. And I think they are well thought of. I think there's even been ones ended up on the platform of like Netflix and Amazon and things. They're sort of creeping in more now. And obviously that does all sort of stem back to the Blair Witch Project. I think that was the sort of first recognisable one that everybody knew about, and I think it sort of links back to that. And anybody can become a filmmaker should you want it to be.
Those were some interesting points being made, but now let's hear the opinion of a self-proclaimed and highly opinionated film lover, Scott Lumsden. So as a film lover in your own right, what is your opinion on short independent films?
Well, I'll just clarify that slightly before I answer that. I've always been a movie buff, and I've watched movies from now 56, and I've watched movies all my life. And I recognise many movies that are remakes or takes on an old movie. They make a movie nowadays just from one line from what you maybe call a classic movie. So anyway, I have a lot of experience in watching these movies. and a lot of the old Hollywood greats, if you like, even black white stuff. Loved Charlie Chaplin, Laurel and Hardy, that kind of thing. Anyway, so therefore I have a good opinion of modern movies in the movie industry. As far as the independent movies is concerned, I feel that they are vital in many respects because they give an opportunity. Modern movies are usually big budget movies. It's like a big tree that stifles the light on everything else that's growing right about it. And the small independence is the only way that the new talent or talented people can get access to making movies on usually lower budgets. And it's vital that happens so we have a new generation of movie makers coming through.
Do you watch many short films yourself? Do you think you have many opportunities to watch many?
I don't think I get the opportunities to watch short films because there's not a mainstream format for many of the big broadcasters, so it's usually relegated to small independent slots come up, or maybe on Movie 4's a good one. There's a couple of other ones that do it, but it doesn't have broad appeal to the mainstream public, so broadcasters are not incentivised to putting short films on. They're usually very late at night or something like that. They're pushed to the extremities of the broadcasting schedules. But when I do get a chance to see them, some of them it's like art. Everything's subjective, so some of them could be, different languages, different parts of the world, and completely not relevant to my personal preferences, but I'll watch it because it's interesting, and some of them are really, really good, and some of them do really well. Some of the best independent movies get all the accolades, and all of a sudden they're great only because they get accolades, but they were great before the accolades. So yeah, independent movies to me are a vital part of the movie industry.
Now that you've heard why short films are so important to the film industry, I hope you'll take the time to show even a little bit of support to these independent films. Even going on YouTube and watching a short film creator's work can help a lot in showing to the rest of the industry that these films are getting watched, and most importantly, they're being enjoyed. You can help these creators in getting the recognition that they deserve for their hard work. So spread the word and encourage others to help the little guy get the same acknowledgement as any big blockbuster feature film. Thanks for listening to the Film Corner with myself, Erin Lumsden, at Connect Forth. Catch you next time.